Hi y'all, Tracy Trials of Long-Haired Girl here.
With Crystal, short-haired guy.
It is time again for another No Tag Tuesday. This week's questions are from Jay over at The Average Jay. His link will be down below along with all of the other channels that normally do this video. Okay, question number 1. What is the tallest building you have ever been in?
The building in downtown Dallas, formerly known as Texas Commerce Bank.
Okay.
The one with the hole in it.
I have been to several buildings downtown that were quite tall, but I can't remember how tall they are. I recall one of the buildings having like different elevators.
A lot of buildings are like that.
Yeah, like you have an elevator to go to, you know, from floors 1 to 10 and 10 to 20 and
This particular building I'm talking about, they have an observation deck on like the 50th floor.
That's where your mom was working, right?
No.
I think I've been to that building now.
Okay.
The one that you're talking about. Okay. What is the deepest you have ever been underwater?
About 20 feet, I would estimate.
I don't know. I've never been snorkeling or skydiving.
This wasn't snorkeling, this was just, I guess you would call it free diving.
I haven't done any of that. The only body of water that I can really tell you much about is Lake Texoma, which is the lake that I grew up going to, and I can't even tell you how deep it was at the time. I just know my daddy picked me up and threw me off the side of the boat, and if I hadn't had my life jacket on, I probably would have gone way over my head. Longest amount of time that you have ever driven without stopping as a driver, not a passenger.
Without stopping at all, about 4 hours, give or take. I'm actually not sure.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I know, like when I used to drive to downtown Dallas from where I was living at the time, that was a straight 2-hour drive, but if traffic got bad, it was longer. So I'm gonna say 2 to 3 hours because I never stopped when I was on the road home. I just didn't. What is the most windy weather experience you have ever seen?
I'm really not sure. I mean, nothing really stands out as the most windy.
Jay, I'm not entirely sure what you were going for with this question. I used to live in Tornado Alley.
We still live in Tornado Alley,
yeah,
honey.
but there, I remember when there would be tornadoes and we would have to get under our desks in school, and that was, you know, I remember the winds blowing and...
Hold on, let me let the dog in.
Sorry, the bell is ringing. We're trying to train them, and they are apparently trying to train us.
Okay, I'm back. Could you tell?
Okay, what is the most snow you have ever seen?
Well, when we were living in Moncton, it was over my head. I was 3 years old at the time, of course, but probably 4 feet of snow.
Well, is that where y'all were living when your mom said y'all had to tunnel to the neighbor's house?
Yep.
Yeah. So the fact that my mother-in-law and father-in-law she said they had to tunnel to the neighbor's house. I definitely think that's more snow than I've ever seen.
Pretty sure.
I don't know. I remember being a kid and I thought it was really cool that I had enough snow to, you know, try to make a snowman. And I made a seat because I couldn't get my snowman to
She's
go up.
never lived where there's serious snow.
Yeah, I have always lived in Texas. In North Texas, to be clear. So, yeah, no. What is the most cash you have ever held in your hand? if I'm going by what pops into my head first, I'm gonna say probably $1,000. No, that's not true. It was actually about 2,500. I won at the casino.
Oh, well, you may actually have me beat, because the most I've ever held in my hand was when I was buying a car, and I think that was $2,000.
What is the fastest speed you have ever gone in a car, and it can be driver or passenger?
Okay, driver, 130 miles per hour indicated. Honda Sierra XSI, red line in 5th gear. Passenger, I may have briefly exceeded that a couple of times, but I'm not exactly sure because I didn't know quite how fast I was going at the time. But they were in cars that were considerably faster than the one I was just talking about. Honey.
The fastest I remember ever going, my mother called me and basically informed me that she was having chest pains, but she refused to go to the emergency room until I got home. So I drove like a mad woman from not as far north Dallas as we're living right now. It's a little further south, but I drove from there all the way home in rush hour traffic with my flashers going, hitting over 100 miles an hour. And I do know when my grandmother was in the hospital, my cousin drove from Denison to downtown Dallas. Well, Medical City's not quite downtown.
No, it's not. It's not even close, but still.
But we drove from Denison to Medical City Hospital in Dallas at over 100 miles an hour. What is the furthest you have ever walked or ran in a single session?
Ran, I don't really run. Walked, I've walked from Carrollton to downtown Dallas and back.
If you see him running,
Try and keep up.
don't ask questions, just run.
Yeah.
For me, I'm honestly not sure. I used to love to walk. I would walk all over the place. In fact, when you and I were first married, we would walk quite a bit. But
Yeah, but there's a
not...
little thing though. She
Not-
doesn't walk very fast. She's not tall.
I'm sure nobody's noticed that.
No.
I don't know. I'm going to say probably 5 miles. No. Yeah, probably 5 miles. We're going to go with that because that's the first thing that I can think of.
Sure, honey.
What is the most expensive restaurant you have ever dined at?
I'm really not sure. Probably Ruth's Chris.
I don't remember where it was. I didn't pay for it. But it was a restaurant that we went to for a firm Christmas party. Not this firm that I'm working for now. It was like 4 law firms ago. But I think that was probably the most expensive restaurant I'd ever been to, but I can't think of the name of it. What is the largest predator you have ever seen in the wild, not in a zoo?
Oh, it was in the wild?
Yeah.
Ah, snap. That blew that one answer I was thinking of. That'd actually probably have to be the bear we saw in Colorado.
Yeah, I agree with you. But ironically enough, the first thing that popped into my head when you went on that bike ride and you snapped the picture of that wildcat that was in somebody's yard in downtown Dallas. Or
No,
not
that was
downtown.
by Medical City. She keeps getting Medical City and downtown confused. Honey, the bobcat was about the size of Freddy.
Well, then that's not so big.
That's about how big bobcats are. Bobcats are not very big.
I prefer not to sit around long enough to see exactly how big they are. Okay, that is all 10 questions. Oh snap, I made the schedule. I looked to see who was doing next week and I don't remember. Oh, yeah, she sent the questions, but I'm not going to look for them right now. Anyway, there are already questions for next week, so we will get those recorded as well. Not tonight. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this tag, or no tag. If you would like to answer the questions and don't have a channel, answer down below. Like, comment, share. We enjoy the feedback. Yes, please subscribe.
You gotta tell them to subscribe.
And we will see you. Well, I'll have a video posted tomorrow, but aside from this one. But yeah, that's all for tonight. Have a great evening, y'all, and we will see you next time. Be blessed.